Oh, get out of here.
That's
That's okay. That's okay. Good afternoon. This is Deb Amlen for the New York Times, and welcome back to Heroes, Comedy Heroes.
Absolutely. Here's how magicians solve rooms.
Wow.
That's what we're doing.
One of those, Elaine.
Stay over. Wow.
We are going to be feeding Sam sugar and see how much it actually takes for him to lose his ability to solve. Right? This is science. We're doing this for science, Sam. Good afternoon. This is Deb Amlen for the New York Times, and welcome back to Crosswords Live. We have a very special episode for you today of Crosswords Live. We are very conscious of the fact that we do the Thursday puzzles for everybody, and we love them because they're so wonderfully tricky, but we also know that there are a lot of people who are beginning solvers, and it can be very intimidating to look at a blank puzzle. So what we wanted to do today is bring you the Monday puzzle, which is where we encourage solvers to begin, because it's the most straightforward. A lot of people say it's easy. I wouldn't say it's actually easy, but the clues are much more direct in terms of getting you to the answer. So until you build up some confidence with your solving, that's the place to start. I'd also like to introduce my special guest for today, editorial director for New York Times Games, Everdeen Mason. Hi, Everdeen.
Hi.
It's nice to see you. Would you like to tell us a little bit about what you do at the Times? What is an editorial director?
Yeah, well, I'm figuring that out. I've been here for 4 months. So I oversee every editorial component of our games. So that includes wordplay, as well as all of the puzzle editors and all of the work that they do on our puzzles. So I'm kind of a high-level strategic person, but my main goal is to make all my people happy, so they feel like they can create.
And you're doing it well. Now, as far as solving is concerned, were you a solver when you first came to the Times?
Yes, but very casually. It's very much a thing that I do if it's like around, or like, quite frankly, sometimes you're just dating a boy and he just wants to do the crossword.
Puzzle.
So you do it with him. So
is that what they're calling it these days? I don't. I've been out of. I'm old, but
yeah. So so yes, I have, but I obviously do it every day now. And I am still a pretty beginner solver. I love auto check. Auto check is my friend.
Yes.
And I stick to the beginning days of the week, Monday through Wednesday. My current record is solving a Wednesday in 48 minutes.
That's awesome, though. That is great.
I was watching TV at the same time, so.
Duly noted. Well, you know what? We are very laissez-faire when it comes to solving here on Crosswords Live. If you are a beginner and it takes you 48 minutes to do a Wednesday, I would say you're doing pretty well, because you're lapping everyone who didn't even try.
Yeah.
And right. So let's get into it. I have to tell you that there are, especially when you push further into the week beyond Monday through Wednesday, there are rules in every crossword that solvers have to follow, or understand at least, in order to become a competent solver. And they're very easy to learn. In fact, we can't go over all of them in the time we have, but I'm going to show you a couple of rules. You may already know them, that I think are easy enough to learn to immediately boost your solving, and maybe, make it a little less intimidating. Today's puzzle is by one of the royalty of Mondays that we have. Her name is Zhouqin Burnikel. I hope I pronounced that correctly, but she's better known to the solving world as Cece. And Cece has contributed a lot of early week puzzles for us. I have to say that I absolutely love solving her puzzles, even the early week ones, because they're very smooth. It makes you feel like, you put your pen or you put your cursor in the square and you don't stop writing until you're finished with the puzzle. So it's a very satisfying kind of a solve. And but when you start, the first thing I encourage people, other than starting on Mondays, is to look for the gimmies. There is always, no matter what, the puzzles are edited so that there will always be something that somebody will know. And everyone's wheelhouses are different. Everybody's saying, oh, what a surprise. Is it Thursday already? Hi, First 222. No, it's not. We're here to support the beginning solvers in our life. And we're going to spill a couple of the tricks that we use in order to get into solving. So the first thing we do is we look for the gimmies. Is there anything in the part of the clue list that you can see right away that you know right off the bat?
Yeah, I know one across. I think that's iMac.
Good for you. And look at you solving the New York Times crossword. You're in.
I made it.
Yay.
Let's see what else we have.
Now, if I could just, here's one of the tips that I'm going to spill. When it comes to gimmies, the brain works in a very interesting way. You're much more likely to be able to fill in the blanks right off the bat. So, for example, at 14 across, we have Blank Raton, Florida.
Yes, I think I know that one.
Okay.
I think it's Boca.
It is Boca. Good for you. Good for you. Nora Sharp is with us, and Vikram Baum is with us, and Valeria Silvestri is with. Everybody's up. Hi, Nora Sharp. Hi, everybody. I'm so glad you're back with us. We are doing, just as I said before, we're doing a beginner's solve today, and we're showing people who don't have a lot of experience what it's like to solve a Monday puzzle. And yes, this is kind of a pop-up. We'll try to give more notice another time. And I have with me today our editorial director, Everdeen Mason, as my special guest. So look at you. You're already doing really well on the northwest corner. Do you want to try the down? How about one down?
Yeah, let's see what's one down. Ooh, I don't know this one at all.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. Let's move on. I think we have a couple of more fill in the blanks, like 48 across. By the way, I wanted to just give a shout out to our intrepid producer, Isaac Aronow, who is operating the puzzle for us today. Thank you, Isaac.
Thanks, Isaac.
48 across. Do you blank my drift?
Okay, so normally I would say catch my drift, but maybe that's not, obviously it's not right. So I'm gonna guess get.
And that would be right. Yeah, so, I would say catch also, but you know, I've heard do you get my drift?
Yeah.
It's in the language. How about 50 down? 50 down is another fill in the blank. Blank and Young, the accounting firm.
Oh, I know this one, but I like my eyes glaze over it. Like,
I know I said accounting and I went, you're right.
Ernst, guys, I'm very good at finances, obviously.
Absolutely. And you know, one of the things you'll see on a Monday, that parenthetical remark in the clue, accounting firm, is there to help people. Because blank and Young might not trigger your memory, but if you see accounting firm, it's much more likely to get you to the answer. First 222 was worried that one down would be IBS. No, it's not IBS. Hi, Laura. How are you? So those we're pretty much in. We've got quite a few of the fill in the blanks, and there's even at 57 down what I like to call a mental fill in the blank. It's not blank, but because the brain loves to fill in missing information, you might read a clue like actress Jessica of Hitchcock and automatically fill in her last name. Do you know who that is?
I do not.
Okay, but that's fine. We'll come back to, like I said, there are things that are in people's wheelhouses and there are things that are not, and it's okay. But doing puzzles helps expand wheelhouses, which was one of the things I love about them.
Yeah, and Deb, can I ask a question?
I'm sorry?
Yeah, can I ask a question?
You absolutely can.
Yeah, so when I'm tackling a puzzle, I know when I first started trying to do puzzles on my own, especially the harder ones, sometimes I wasn't sure like exactly where to start. So I would just methodically go one across all the way across, and then I'd do all the downs, and I'd just do it over and over and over again in a loop.
Right.
Is that the best way to do it, or is there a better way to kind of tackle? Should I be tackling in quadrants?
Well, from a placement point of view, we like to say it's your puzzle. Start wherever you want. That's why I like to recommend people to scan the clue list and look for the gimmies, because then at least you're in and you can expand on what you already have. For example, if we scroll up to the northwest corner again in the downs, let's see. Okay, 3 down.
Yeah.
Target of the cream, retin A, and we already have A and C in there. There's 2 more letters. Can you take a guess at that?
Yeah, it's going to be acne. And
Good for you.
I do love skincare. I could be on the verge of death and I will remember to do my nightly.
Absolute big fan of retin A in this house. So that's great. We've already expanded on our territory. And I just want to remind you, we have some people here who are pro solvers, so to speak. And I think that they would be willing to be your phone a friend if you need some help. So just shout out if you would like help with an answer.
Okay. And please don't judge me. I promise I read lots of books.
We know. And that's
just learning how to crossword.
That's another thing that I think is a very big misconception with crosswords, is that it's about what you know or how much you've read or what kind of degrees you have. It's really not. There's a lot in the puzzle that is stuff you can sort of get to. And if you don't know an answer, we recommend that you solve around it. For example, you were having a hard time recalling Ernst. But if we do, let's see, 49 across, let's see, what many children begin to do in kindergarten.
Oh.
I've raised 2, so if you need some help, let me know.
I don't know any children, so
Okay.
I'd love to phone a friend if that's possible.
Sure, absolutely. I'll be that friend. When kids are in kindergarten, some of them, not all, begin to read.
Oh, obviously.
So not well, been there. But the point is that would give you the E.
Yeah.
So if you were to do that and maybe even do a few more, you could take an educated guess at Ernst.
Yeah.
Okay. Purse 222 says, I'm a world-class solver. And Laura Brown agrees with you on read. A lot of people are agreeing on read. Let's see. Vikram Baum would like to help you with 57 down.
Okay. What's 57?
Actress Jessica.
Yeah, please help me.
He says it would be Biel, Jessica Biel, Biel.
Oh, I should have known that. See, if this would include as Justin Timberlake's wife, I would have got that.
See, and I didn't know that they were married. So
or wasn't she in Seventh Heaven or something? I didn't really watch that show, but
maybe. But that's what I mean. It's like two heads are always better than one. It's better when you solve together, because what I know you might not know, and what you know I might not know, and so together we make one good brain. All right, so Laura's applauding you for that, and Vikram Baum says 51 across would be spar. Practice for a something. I can't see it.
Practice for a bout. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. So sometimes they're definitional, sometimes they're not. Yeah. Another thing that I think is important to know about solving is that there are very consistent rules in crossword clue writing. So for example, a lot of the tenses have to match. A lot of things about the puzzle and the clues and the answers have to match. So for example, at 18 down, the clue is, let's see, 18 down, has a war of words. Now, there are some people who might put in the past tense of it, but note the use of the word has. Has is present tense. So present tense in the clue means present tense in the answer. Do you have any idea what that might be?
I want to say debate.
Debate would be good.
But I don't know if it's right.
It's possible. Let's take a look at one of the crossers and see if it's right. Isaac, what is that crosser? I think 26 across? Nope.
Okay.
One up. Oh, okay. I was up higher, but that's fine. 38 across. Yes, thank you. Sherry's twin sister on The Simpsons.
I do not know that one.
Well, I will tell you that knowing The Simpsons as I do, which is not obsessive, if they were going to have twins, I would bet you that Sherry's twin sister's name would rhyme with Sherry. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So
So I'm going to say that it would probably be Terry, but it doesn't fit. So while debate is a very good answer, it's just not the right one for this puzzle.
Okay.
So let's take that out. Laura Brown is taking a good guess, and people are agreeing on Terry. The answer would be argues.
Oh, that.
But that's okay, right? Yeah, that makes sense. And we can check that with the crossers. Here's another one, 19 down.
19 down, changes as the Constitution.
Right.
So I would say amends.
Right. It wouldn't be amended though, because the tenses have to match, or amending, or trying to cram in amending. But amends is absolutely the right answer. So that immediately helps you with your solving.
Great.
It's the same also for plurals. If there's a plural in the clue, it has to be a plural in the answer. And foreign language clues, if there is something in French in the clue, the answer is looking for a word in French.
Yes. I gotta say, these constructors love a French language clue, and I don't know any French.
Well, you know, it's funny. I actually call those BAS, B-A-S, after my friend Matt Bai, who is a columnist with the Wall Street Journal at this point. I think he used to be with the Post. But he also has written me, every time there's an abundance of French in the puzzle, he writes me angry letters. Okay, so where would you like to go at this point? We've agreed that it doesn't really matter where you start, as long as you start with stuff you know. Do you want to build on something?
Well, I already know 47 down, which is spa.
Very good.
And then 37 down, I think, is emo.
Let's see.
37 down is angsty music genre. So I think that's emo.
Oh, yeah. It's usually going to be emo in the crossword.
Yeah. And so now that I know those, maybe I can try for either 36 across or 40 across.
Good for you.
Big name in tractors. Oh.
Now,
it's deer, like,
yes,
right?
very good. I just wanted to jump in and mention that one of the things that will make you a much better solver is practice. It doesn't make you perfect, but it does make better. The more you do the puzzles, the more you're going to see this stuff come up. Not that things are necessarily repeated that often, but you know, as a kid from the Bronx, I had to learn that John Deere was a tractor from the crossword.
Yeah.
So that's great. So we've got it now. Let's jump up to 2 down and see if we've got 3 out of the 75% of that one. Protective trench, M-O blank T.
So that'd be a moat.
Good.
Yeah. And then a close-knit group. Oh, with a C-A and an R.
I made a mistake on this one. I had to go back and correct it.
Close-knit group.
I had cabal, but that's really editorializing about the nature of the group.
Well, it also doesn't match with Terry.
Right.
This is one that when I figure it out, I'm gonna feel embarrassed.
No, no. And see, that's the thing. We don't want anybody to feel embarrassed. The editors want you to solve this, even though it may seem evil, and even though some of the clues are real, like the product of twisted minds, they want you to succeed. So this is not a test. A lot of people sit down and do the crossword like they're sitting down to take the SATs. And I promise you that's not what this is about. It's a game. And games are meant to be fun. So we want people to have fun doing this. And that's why we are also going to be hunting for a theme in this puzzle. Themes are in the Monday through Thursday puzzles. And to me, coming at it as a writer, I love the themes. To me, it's like a little story inside the crossword.
Yeah.
So we're going to look for that.
Yeah.
We can come back.
I don't know. I think that it's a D next,
Yeah.
but then and an E. I can't pronounce
Cadre.
the word.
Exactly.
I can't pronounce. This is one of those words that I know how to read it, but I don't know how to say it.
Exactly. But you got it. That's what's important.
Yes.
And let's take a look at 17 across for a second, because usually, not always, but usually the theme is in the longer entries.
Yes.
So this may be part of maybe part of the theme.
Yeah.
Do we know of any easy to peel citrus fruits that start with blank ANDA?
Yeah. So my first thought is mandarin, but then I haven't mandarin oranges, but I don't know if that will fill out the whole thing.
It sure does. It sure does. So you got your first theme entry, mandarin oranges.
Yes.
And we're gonna, as we move on, we're gonna see what that has to do with the rest of the puzzles.
Okay.
And a lot of people are cheering you on and agreeing with that.
Thank you.
Todd Hamlin is here and says, I should have known 42 across. Can we jump down? What is 42 across? Oh, NASCAR champion. Yeah, Hamlin.
I want to say this is not in my pop culture Venn diagram.
It wasn't for me either. I needed every crossing I could get. So let's take a look. What about 42 down?
42 down, worked out in a pool.
Now we know that this is a past tense clue, so it has to be in the past tense, but it may not be in the format you think.
Yeah, worked out in a pool. I think I need more crossings for this one.
Okay. All right, great. So let's see. Let's jump around and see what else we have it.
Let's see.
Let's see. How about that short one next to 40 down?
Oh, 46 down. Rug cleaner informally.
How would you clean a rug? And by the way, just another tip, informally or briefly or for short or ABBR period are all ways to indicate to the solver that we're looking for a truncated form of the word.
Let's see. I should know this because I have a dog who likes to ruin my rugs. So,
well, this might be a dry cleaning.
Yeah. I don't know. My first instinct was like, oh, like you dab the spot, but that's not what
that's definitely
tense.
Right.
And
there's no way to shorten that really, but that's okay. What about the crosser at the top of that?
46 across.
Thank you.
Facial expressions. Ooh. Facial expressions.
That's a tough one. I had trouble with that one too. Let's move to another spot if you want. But you'll notice that facial expressions is a plural clue, and you'll note that S at the end. So plural clue, plural answer.
Across I can get 45 across is lab.
Good. Excellent.
I can just get that one.
Yeah.
And then let's see.
Purple heart EG, the clue that's highlighted right now, EG clues are very interesting. They're looking for something that the answer would be in the category of. So what is a Purple heart?
It's a medal.
There you go.
No.
You just solved an EG clue. Those aren't always easy.
No, they aren't. That one I'm glad I knew.
Yes.
TV Journal Hill. So this one now I'm confused because my brain immediately thinks Jamel Hill, but that doesn't work with what I just put.
What about the top crosser with the M?
With the M, 26M. Meh, M-E-H.
There you go. That's growing in popularity in the puzzle.
Yeah, that one I know. I use. Let's see. Do not erase.
Very good.
Pretty easy.
Now, with the letters we have, do you think you can take a guess at 27 down?
Ooh. Erica?
Yeah.
I don't know who Erica Hill is, but
I don't either, but isn't it interesting? Isn't it interesting how your brain fills it in?
Yes. Yes.
You've never met this woman, and yet you can fill it in a puzzle.
And I can get 38 across, which I think is discs.
Yes.
And then
I think that might be, let's see what the down is there. I think that might be a K. And what was Chicken Little's cry?
The sky is falling.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Thank you. And then, sore as after a workout. AC blank Y.
Yeah. It would be a good reason for taking ibuprofen.
Oh, achy.
Good.
H. I was like, never heard of this word, but I have.
And now a brief pause for a snack. We've got 28 down, a crispy breakfast side dish.
Hash brown, which I could really go for right now.
Absolutely.
Love breakfast food. So
me too.
Yeah.
All righty. Everybody's saying, oh, Everdeen is crushing it. Nice. There you go.
Happy Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Actually, it's nice that Monday is the easy day because it's like Sunday, you have the Sunday scaries. You're like, I have to work. Will my brain even work? And then you can just solve your Monday mini and you can get your little Monday crossword on and get it.
And you can restore your sense of self-esteem after the Saturday puzzle.
Yeah, then I'll do the spelling bee and not get genius, which will take me down a few notches so I don't get too cocky.
Right. No, you gotta maintain. Purse 222 says, I declare Everdeen Mason as good at crossword. So there you go. It's official now.
Thank you. I would like a medal for that, actually.
Okay. This one says, salad base similar to Swiss chard.
Ooh.
This is a tough one, but can you get maybe from GR down? Do you think you might know what the GR triggered something in me?
It's got to be greens.
Yeah, it does. It has to be greens.
I feel personally attacked because I bought ingredients to be a woman who eats salad for dinner, and then I made like vodka sauce and pasta. It was the opposite of that. So
yeah, listen, as long as I would just dip it in the vodka sauce. I'd be fine with that.
Love it. So good. Anyways.
Yeah.
Let's see. What kind of greens? Something greens.
You want to do a couple of crossers?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. How about the one with the O at the beginning?
Oh, okay. 44 across. App name for car mechanic. Psh.
Okay, this is kind of unfair. I'm going to stop here and just say that the apt name clues mean that they want you to come up with a name for something that a car mechanic, in this case, would be into or interested in. And in my opinion, they should be sound-alikes. This one isn't, or it could be depending on where you're from. So can you come up with a name beginning with O?
Oh, Oh, I'm just trying to think of like what I do at the mechanic, and it's mostly cry and call my father. So,
Well, what do car mechanics deal with?
They deal with engines and wheels and
Bigger.
and now I'm like, what even is a car? I don't know. Like, what is a car?
Okay, but you're close. You're in the neighborhood. You can't repeat a word in the clue in the answer. So the answer can't be car, also because it starts with an O. But can you think of another word for car?
Oh, well, there's auto and there's a van and a truck and
Well, I think you were right with your first guess.
an auto.
Now make it a name. Make auto a name.
OTTO, auto.
That's your aha moment.
I'm gonna boo that one because
Yeah, absolutely.
okay. Auto. Got it.
Okay. How about the one above it? Or
40. Smudge.
Or what it's we only have 5 letters. So
it's a smear.
yeah. So that's fine though. Smudge is a great answer, just not in this puzzle.
Yeah.
So now we have what is that?
So is 30 across bop?
Two-time presidential nominee.
Wait, what?
On the right. There you go.
32 down. P, Perot.
Exactly. And the name Ross was in there to help make it easier.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And then orate, and then beet greens.
Beet greens, excellent. And bop is to hit on the head. So look, we finished 3 sectors. Let's keep going. I think we're doing great. Where would you like to go?
Let's see. Let's try this like bottom left zone.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see what's going on over there. So 53 down, closed. Shut?
We could try that. Let's try shut.
It's
Whoa.
and then,
There you go. That's okay. Let's see if that's right. Let's do one of the crossers here.
Yeah, let's try the 59 across.
Okay.
Axed, hewn.
Right. Now it's an example. They're both past tense, so they do match, but it's just not an ed ending.
Yeah.
Hewn.
Okay.
Good. And how about the one below that?
63. Oh, coffee house dispensers. I want to say urn, but I don't know if
You'd be right.
Oh, okay.
And again, plural in the clue, plural in the answer. So you're right.
Yeah.
All righty. Well, how about the one at the bottom there?
66. So test?
Yeah. To try something out is to test it. Very good. And one more.
So 54 down.
In French. Uh-oh.
Ugh, these French.
You can yell at Will when we're done.
I'm like, it's got 3 of the 4, and I'm like,
that's okay.
Wait.
Website with trivia quizzes. This is very popular among puzzlers, so I can help you out with this if you need it.
I don't know this one, but I want to be like score. Something with score.
Very close.
Store.
Well, I'll give you a hint for the French father clue. Yes, it's fairly close to Papa.
It's very close to Papa.
Well, yeah, it's or paternal.
Paternal. So is it a P?
It is a P. Yeah, père is the French word for father, which gives us spore for the quiz.
Website with trivia quizzes. Sports. That's not close.
That's okay.
I have no idea what this one is. I would need to do more crosses or have the auto check on.
Yes, and that's fine. And if you want me to tell you, I don't want to spoil it for you, but let me know if you want me to tell you or if you want to do more crosses.
Let's do some more crossings. Let's see if I can. But I already don't know 46 down.
Well, there were
maybe 55 down. Is 55 down edit?
Let's see. Make tweaks too? Could be.
Could be. And then I don't know 42 down either. I don't know 42 across.
Well, that's okay. We're gonna get there. This is a tough area.
Okay.
Let's see if we can do oops, we just jumped there. 60 across.
60
Look at 60 across.
I do know 61 down.
Love to pieces. Oh, well, that's good.
So that one's Olay.
Very good.
And then 60 across is a door.
Excellent.
Okay, so that makes sense to me. And then let's see what else is there. 64 across is Pilot. That's the first episode in a TV series.
Excellent.
That one I know.
Look how much you know. You didn't even think you knew this much, but you do. It's in there. It's in the brain.
And then 67 across is Stems,
Good.
which means that 42 down is something lapse.
Good.
It's something.
Now we know that has to be past tense.
Okay.
Right? Because it did lapse. Awesome.
Okay.
Good job.
So we have that. And then 53, is it Sporkle? Is that
It is.
Oh,
Believe it or not.
okay. Oh, and 46 would be vac, as in vacuum.
Exactly. And that's the informal thing.
I don't know 46 across yet, but
Okay.
Dance with a king or queen. Prom.
Good.
And then 50 across is placebo.
Very good.
Yeah. Okay.
Medicine that doesn't actually contain medicine.
I still feel like placebos are good. Whatever makes you feel better.
Nobody knows how the mind works completely.
Mystery. Okay. So now, 52 down. Bless you, elicitor. So at you, yeah.
Very good.
58 down, Well, 62 across is going to be an air. So that's going to be an R.
Excellent.
And then 65 across will be ones.
Mm-hmm.
And now the world capital, that's Oslo.
Good. Look at you tearing this apart. No, seriously, you're doing really well. I just wanted to jump in. Vikram Baum has an interesting question. Today's puzzle doesn't have traditional symmetry, right? Yes, that goes a little bit beyond what we're doing today, but a majority of the puzzles have what we call rotational symmetry, which means that if you were to take the grid and turn it on its head, it would look the same. So there's sort of a diagonal symmetry to it. Today's puzzle, because of the way that the theme entries are placed, has what we call left-right or mirror symmetry. So if you fold the puzzle in half, all the black squares should match up. And so I hope that answers your question, Vikram. All right, so we've got mandarin oranges, hash browns, and beet greens. I was ready for lunch.
I'm hungry.
Yeah. All right.
Should we try for what's 22 across? I assume it's going to be a food, and I know it. Oh, it's whites.
Exactly.
I know my food.
And yeah, me too. I'm only in it for the food. So we've got mandarin oranges, egg whites, hash browns, and beet greens. Yeah. I don't think there are any more of them. So I'm just going to ask you, do you see anything in common with these words or phrases rather?
They are all compound. They're two. Oh, it's a food and a color.
Yes, exactly. And not only that, but a plural color.
Yes.
So we've got oranges, whites, browns, greens, and it's fairly tight for a Monday theme as far as I'm concerned, because there aren't that many, and this is just me geeking out on theme development, but it's there aren't that many phrases with plural colors at the end where you can fit them all in, and that might have been the reason why Miss Burnikel decided to use the left-right symmetry, because it was easier to place them.
Yeah.
And that's a nice, simple, it's a very simple theme. It's nice for a Monday. Like you said, it's easy on the head. And it's something that I think beginners will appreciate and be able to solve on their own as soon as they know the rules of solving.
Yeah, and it does feel, I like puzzles like this where it like unlocks. So when you get one, you get like 3 in a row. That's always
Right.
a really, really nice feeling.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
All righty.
Okay, I know
there.
Cross. I think it's ushers in.
Good.
Or usher in. Because we have to, usher
Right.
and ushers. And yeah.
Exactly, right? Tenses match.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have some good real estate for the downs in the center.
Let's see. Bits of parsley.
So no, that's okay.
Yeah, bits of parsley would be sprigs.
Good.
Presumably. And then 23 down, fritters away. Oh, fritters away, whiles away. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Good job.
24. Ooh, Montana's capital. Sorry, Montana.
Yeah.
I need more.
How about those shorter crossers, though?
Okay, 35 cross variety.
That's a tough one, but it does appear in the puzzle a lot.
A lay for 39 across.
Right. And
then 40. We're still on 42. What's a common name that starts with D?
How about if we skip to the end of that one? Is it 43 down? Let's take a look.
43 down.
We should do that.
We should do that. Something let's.
Yeah. It's a form of agreement.
Yes.
Yes, let's. Exactly. Good for you. Okay. So now we have that name, DE blank blank Y. Could be anything.
I think it's Denny, right? It's got to be
It
Denny.
is Denny. Honestly, and I will tell you this because, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I had to look him up. I didn't know who he was, but it doesn't mean that he's not popular. It just meant he wasn't in my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
And, I think there's nothing wrong with looking things up, especially when you're starting out, because, who doesn't love learning something? Some of the best puzzles I've ever done are things I walked away from going, wow, I didn't know that. That's really cool.
And actually, this kind of dovetails with something. I'm curious if any of the commenters think about this, but something, I started these editorial standards workshops with the editors, and we have an hour every week now where we just talk about the nitty gritties of like what we would like to change in puzzles and like the rules and like what should stay, what shouldn't. And one that we've been talking a lot about is names, because for a name to be inferable, it needs to follow a certain English language convention. But then what happens to all of the amazing people who come from non-English backgrounds, and how can we include them in the puzzle, and how can we raise our solvers' expectations that they need to change what it means to have like a good crossing. Like I could solve Denny because in English there's only so many like names that come across like that, but this is something that really stands out to me now in puzzles where I'm like, okay, like I figured that out just because I know English, but what happens if it's like, it's a language or a culture that's not like American based? What do we do? So just so people know, this is what the editors are like nerding out about for like 2 hours at a time.
I think that's great because and it also acknowledges that not all of our solvers are American.
Yes.
We are an international puzzle now, and it's only fair to give other people representation in the puzzle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think about this a lot because my mother is the one who taught me how to read, but she herself did not speak English entirely when she taught me how to read in English. So even now I still pronounce certain words wrong because I say them phonetically because that's how she would sound out her own like learning English. So it's something I think about a lot now that I'm doing puzzles.
Well, that's why we're glad you're here. We are. Okay, so we have VIS blank blank ES. I still am not sure about those facial expressions. Are you?
No, I still don't.
How about peeving?
Irking?
Irking, right?
I've never heard that word used in a sentence.
I haven't either. I think that it's irking me but
Yes.
I wouldn't necessarily say it that way.
No.
How about Montana's capital now?
Whew. Helena?
Very good. Isn't it amazing how you didn't think you knew that, but with a couple of letters to trigger you, you suddenly figure it out?
And I do know the word 46 across, but I can tell you I don't know how to pronounce it.
I pronounce it visages.
Visages.
Mhm. If somebody, you would talk about someone's visage.
Yeah.
You don't see the plural very often, but it exists.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Look at us. That was a tricky little center, but really satisfying.
It really, yeah, it was. Now, Vikram Baum, who is in India, with us from India, says, I think sometimes the names get difficult, but it's always a cool opportunity to learn about someone new. And that's what I love about our community, is that we are not just people who know things, we are people who are passionate about wanting to know things.
Yes. Yes.
And that's one of the things that's one of the things I like to hang out with puzzlers. All right, so to stockpile. Laura's got it. But we're gonna walk Everdeen through this one.
This one I don't know, because I want to say hoard, but I know that's not.
Well, not with the M there.
Yeah.
And that, see, unfortunately, that's also crossing the low altitude clouds, which is, unless you're a cloud person.
I am not a cloud person.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let's come back to it.
Yeah.
Where would you like to go?
Yeah, let's try some of these little guys, these little three. 6. Oh, man's name hidden in reliableness.
All righty.
Okay, that's rude. Is Ali?
Eli, exactly. And now let's go to 7 across and piss you off even more. There's another one. This word is a whole clown car.
Yeah, 7. Let's see. Oh, 7 down. Ugh. Len,
yeah.
Len. Okay.
And that's it for reliableness. You'll be happy to hear.
Good. Language akin to Thai.
This comes up in the puzzle a lot, so it's worth remembering. But let's try the crossers.
Yeah, opposite of buys is sells.
Good.
And then a clothing crease is pleat.
Good.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
You'll see that a lot, so it's worth tucking it away. Laura Brown, who I believe is in Europe, says, I've picked up lots of fun cultural factoids doing the puzzle every day.
Good. Yeah, I want to have more of those. I think I want to see my Venn diagram of like cultural references in the puzzle selfishly, because I think it would be fun.
I think it would be fun for a lot of people. You know, we have so many people who are coming into puzzles now, and you know, from all over and all ages. And I think it's always nice to do a puzzle and say, hey, I feel seen.
Yeah, that's a good feeling.
Yeah.
All
right, let's bring this home. We have one more corner.
Yeah, so for 10 down, I want to say it's Nana's.
Yep, it would be Nana's.
And 11 down, I want to say it's Orgs. But
it is. And you definitely know you could drop that S in because it is a plural clue.
Yes. And 8, yeah. And then 12. Oh, so 21 across is going to be a mass.
Good. Yep. And we know that's, and Strati is the type of low altitude cloud.
And then at 12 down, fights for.
That's a tough one.
16 across is going to be arid.
Good.
ID, which means that 13 down is ads. And then 12 fights for, V, Vise.
Hi, look at you.
I love that little song.
Yeah. If anybody doesn't know, that's called the San Jose Strut.
Ooh, I see it. Makes me want to lift off my invisible hat.
There you go. Or do a soft shoe. That always that's such a soft shoe clip. So this is terrific that you solved a Monday puzzle in I don't know how much time, but it was pretty quick. And we had a theme from Miss Burnikel today, which was plural colors. Nice and easy for a Monday, as it should be. You shouldn't have to do too many mental gymnastics to welcome you back from the solving weekend. And what did you think?
I thought it was really fun. I think I probably would have gotten most of it, but I think I would have gotten really stuck on Sporkle. On the Sporkle corner would have gotten me without help.
Okay. What do you think you would have done if
I was on my
had gotten stuck?
Honestly, I might have just like rammed through it using auto check.
Well, that's one option.
Yeah, I might have rammed through, or I would have just actually I feel like did laps. If I had thought about it a little more, I would have gotten without.
Well, you did get it. It just took
without all the crossings, and getting that one would have helped with some of those crosses that were tricky for me.
Right.
So yeah, I think that was probably the hardest little corner for me. And as the auto, I would have struggled. I don't know why. I'm not super good at the ones that are those tricky, sound ones. I don't know why. My brain just doesn't work that way. Probably because my pronunciations are all messed up in my brain. But
that's the key here. If you are not an experienced solver, there are things that need to be learned. The clues are almost like learning a language. The thing about, tenses need to match, plurals need to match. When you see something like apt name for, that you have to think about something that rhymes or has something to do with the rest of the clue. The other thing I wanted to say, what I wanted to say also, if you are out there and you are a beginning solver who is afraid to get started, we have a whole free guide for you in how to solve the New York Times crossword puzzle on Wordplay. If you Google Wordplay how to solve guide, you'll find it. And inside are 13 minis that were all written by digital puzzle editor Sam Ezersky, where you can practice what you've learned in that section. And they're a lot of fun. And also, hey, free puzzles. So this is the kind of thing that you get better at as you practice. There are a few teensy little rules you learn, and the rest of it is experience and learning to, work the crossers. And it's okay to look things up.
Yes.
It really is. It's your puzzle. It's not a test. It's an open book test, if you want to look at it that way. Feel free and walk away smiling. That's really all the editors want.
Yes. And it's actually really fun to look up the names of people. I've learned a lot of pop culture that I didn't know. Although if we have any constructors amongst us, if you want to put in some for a Monday, just some gimme pop culture references, I will personally Venmo somebody $20 to get Doja Cat.
They're going to hold you to that.
Give me Doja Cat in a puzzle.
Right. Well, I thank you so much for being here and for putting up with my poking at you, Everdeen. I think this was a fun solve. I'm glad we did it together.
Yeah, thank you for having me. And anytime you need a beginner to test on.
We absolutely will. And I want to thank everybody else out there who is watching us today. We're going to be doing more pop-up crosswords lives in the future. Hopefully we'll be able to give you a little more notice, but we are exploring different ways to bring crosswords to people, even the beginners. So if you have any ideas for things you'd like to solve, please send me a note at wordplay@nytimes.com and let me know what you'd like to see. We'll take it under consideration. Everdeen, thank you so much again for being here. This is Deb Amlen for the New York Times, wishing you a happy Monday.